Hey everybody, got another video, or I'm going to say sets of videos. This will be the first in a set of videos where we're going to do some work to the Grom. Been taking it for quite a few rides since I got the big bore kit done. Very satisfied with it. Hasn't been a perfect experience. As I've said in other videos, having some trouble with oil leaks that pop up here and there, but each time I'm getting better and better with this. I'm by no means an expert or a professional, so I'm kind of learning how the average person would. So I'm going to make mistakes and going to learn along the way. So we've got about, 3,500 miles on this now. We did the big bore kit at about 27. So we got a fair amount of miles on this thing now. We got, what, 800 miles on it? 800 miles on the big bore kit and running great. Like I said, the only issue I'm having is the oil leaks, and another one popped up. It's actually Halloween right now, but have done quite a few Halloween rides. And last Halloween ride, I developed a leak underneath here where the head meets. Let me see if I can get you guys a light here. There we go. And if you can see how wet it is up there. Try to get the light on it. Yeah, there we go. It's pretty wet. Been keeping an eye on the oil level because I did have to drive it around a little bit more to get home, and can't even tell it's missing any oil. So it's a slow leak, but it's definitely getting messy. And as you can see on the side of the fairing there, it started to come out there. Another thing I think it did is my lights started, the bonds underneath here started disintegrating, so my lights started falling off. But we're probably going to go with an entirely new system, which I'll get to all the upgrades here in a second, just kind of showing you the situation we're dealing with. So we'll fire this up real quick, cold start, and we'll listen to it for one last time here before we tear it apart. I'm actually kind of excited. It's kind of fun. All right, here we go. We'll go to the other side. Fires right up. Like I said, runs fantastic. It's a beast from about 0 to 60. From then on, it's a little lacking on the top end, but we're gonna fix that. Smells good. Yep. So running just fine. All right. So what we're gonna do in this episode is you're just gonna see me basically tear this apart. I don't have all the parts I need, but we're gonna dismantle it, get it ready, maybe start cleaning some surfaces, things like that. Things that I can do. I'm waiting on some gaskets from DHM. We're gonna redo the gaskets here. I am thinking about new gaskets at the oil filter, or not the oil filter, the oil cooler as well, because they're, you can't tell. There's no marks, but if you rub your finger, there's always like an oil. So there's like a seepage, like a really slight seepage maybe. We'll take a look at that and see what we can do. Let's go over to this list here. So we're not going to probably be able to get all of this done this round, but this is kind of a running list of stuff that we want to do. So big things, of course, we're going to do the oil, gasket sets. We're going to check the valves. We might put a new shock in it if I can swing that. It's something I really want to do. Foot pegs, I'm not sure what direction I want to do with that. Body washers, we're going to wait. This headlight thing, this is a whole project in itself, so that's going to come later on. What I actually want to do is take the stock housing here, remove the stock light, but still use the housing. And actually at JP Cycles, they have this LED. It's supposed to go, I think, in a Harley or something like that. They have a smaller one, which I think I can make fit in there. It's going to be a lot brighter, and it's really cool looking. I'll show you guys when we get there. Wheels, probably not this round or the rear set. These are probably going to be done together. I don't know if I want to powder coat the stock wheels or go with something different, but we're going to powder coat the rear set. Sprockets we're going to do. I already have the rear sprocket. Front sprocket should be here any day. I'm going with a 14 tooth. I've got a 34 tooth on the back right now, but I have the stock, which is 36, I think, and then I think I have a 38, which is even bigger. So we have the potential to make the gearing on this pretty nasty if we want to. The R button, that's a whole thing with the A-Racer, and I'm having trouble finding even if they're even selling it at this point. So if anyone knows what I'm talking about with the R button on the A-Racer Mini X, hit me up in the comments. Tell me where I can find that thing. Gonna get some mirrors for it. Clutch springs. We're doing this. Probably a clutch too after these rides, because the springs are so weak on this 149 kit. If I get on it and drop it from like first to second, even second to third, it just, oh, you can hear that. Well, you can't hear it. You can feel the clutch just slipping. We might do levers, chain adjusters. Sounds good. We're actually going to do some billet replacements on like the cam chain cover here, the bottom valve cover. They actually PLR actually sells a top that's compatible with this as well. However, I don't see anything wrong with this. I think I'm just going to get the bottoms, a little more heat dissipation. Let's see here. We're going to upgrade the underglow probably. I'm going to rip out the whole system. I found these pods a little more expensive, but we'll try them. I'm definitely going to be the only one with lights like that. I'll tell you. You guys will see. Upgraded fuel line. We're going to do that as well. One of the problems I think I might be having top end is I'm just might not be able to move enough fuel through the stock line. So we're going to try that. And if I want to run E85 at any point, or go back to it, I should say, I'm probably going to need it anyway. We're going to get a simple, actually one of these tubes, except blue or black, so it matches, so we can put a vent on the cam cover. I had one on there temporarily. It fell off during a ride as expected, which is the vent filter. Definitely more going onto this list as we go, but like I said in this video, we'll do like a time lapse of me just taking this apart. The 22s are incredibly easy to disassemble. I mean, even with that, it's still ridiculously easy. So we're going to remove the bottom fairing. We're going to move all the side panels, the seat, the little triangles here. I don't know what else you'd call them. And we'll start, I don't know, we'll drain the oil. We'll start unbolting some stuff. Maybe we'll get the head and the jug off today. Take a look at the cylinder, see what we got. All right, so I'll get you guys set up on the tripod and we'll do a quick time lapse, and I'll be back with you. Peace. As you can see, that was pretty quick. Basically, you just need a 5mm hex and a stubby Phillips screwdriver, and you can take off all the stock panels here. Left one panel here to kind of show you how easy these are to take off. If I can just do this one-handed, and you just kind of pop. And there's one more down here. Pops right off, just like that. But anyway, let's you say we drain the oil and start taking some shit apart. Let's do it. Of course the washer looks like it's sticking. Oh, look at that. Caught it. And that oil still looks really good. We've got the oil filter. It's behind here. These are 2/8. Just pop those off just like this. But pull that cover off just like this. Let the oil come out. Don't drop the lid. There's a spring, as you can see. Don't lose that spring. And these usually take a little bit of finagling to get out. And the best way, if I can find my pliers, right here. So I use these angled pliers here, and I just kind of gently grab it inside on the edge there, and just keep wiggling. It'll eventually come out. You don't need to grab it too hard. And just wiggle, and boom, there it is. And that's a little baby Grom oil filter. I'll show you how I'm going to stay organized. These are little containers I actually got at Target, super cheap. I got a ton of them, but each little section is going to have a different set of screws. So just grab one of these, and I'm going to label them. I don't know if I'm going to throw a little piece of paper in there or just write directly on these. They're so cheap, but all the oil stuff we'll put right in there so we don't lose it. Did I already lose? Nope, there it is. I was about to say, did I already lose one? So we'll keep that stuff there. Oops, don't drop it. And yeah, now we can really start tearing into things. I think the next thing we'll do is we'll remove the cam cover and the vent here. We'll take that off. We're gonna have to disconnect the oil cooler, take that off as well, but that's all pretty easy stuff. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts. Probably have to take this one off too. 7 bolts, and we'll get the head off. Or sorry, 8, 9. We got to take the intake off. All right, we'll get you set up and we'll start working. The veil here. 5 hexes that come with it, and this thing should come right off. Boom. That easy. And there's the good stuff. So, yeah, just wedge a little screwdriver in there, press down, pops right out. All right, so we do have a little bit of an issue. So I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do, because you're not going to be able to see much. So this line right here, we're going to loosen and take off. We have a matching line on the other side, right about here. That and my light is charging, so you guys won't be able to see really much. And then there are 2 bolts, if you can see them, on the back side, maybe on the other side here. If I can get the camera up there. Ah, there they are. You see those 2 bolts right there? Those are the ones that come off, and the whole oil cooler unit will come off. And actually, I do want to, I'm probably just going to try to paint it at first. Probably not the right move, but it's so easy to take off that maybe eventually I'll powder coat it. I'm not even sure if that's a possibility with something like this, but we'll find out. I definitely want it to match though. It sticks out too much. I want it to be black. It'd be cool. All right, so I'll get that taken off and we'll get back to viewing once that's done. All right, oil cooler removed. Pretty simple. All right, so let's go ahead and get the cam off. I think that's a 10. Like I said, I am not an expert. I'm just learning. And honestly, if you're gonna learn, this is one of the easiest things bike-wise that I've ever worked on. I guess we'll do the intake. Probably a 10 as well, right? Oh, actually, let's see if I can use my ratchet wrench. That'll make things a little easier. If it'll fit. Oh boy, is that not gonna fit? Of course it won't fit. So we'll have to do this the old-fashioned way. Okay, let's not round those off. That would be bad. Why is that so tight? Let's get a socket on there, a small socket. I don't want to round that off. There we go. Whew! Not gonna lie, I was shitting my pants a little bit. One thing I don't want to be dealing with is rounded off bolts, snapped bolts. Gonna have enough shit to do with this. I don't need to be dealing with that. I thought I smelled something burning for a second. Definitely not this. Those are 8s. So now I think all we have to do is we take off these 4 right here. I am gonna have to, because it's gonna hit the fender, I have to turn the wheel left, I think it is, to wiggle this thing off. So we'll get set up there and I'll be back. See about wiggling his head off here. The jug's coming off actually before the head. And we don't want that. We want the head first. So I brought Sir Taps-a-Lot here. Oh, nice little rubber mallet. And we're just gonna do a little tap, tap, tap. Tap on the other side here. See if we can't, you know, for it leaking from the bottom, these sure are stuck together quite well. There we go. All right. This intake is disconnected. That's good. Why are you still fighting me? And there's the jug too. Damn. It just all wants to come. Needs to be patient. And one more washer right there. Good. Okay. I don't want the jug yet. Oh, there's the sleeve. Oh, dude, it fucking smells terrible.
No, God! No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Ugh. Dude, this smells really bad. That's probably not good, guys. Holy shit. This thing stinks. Whew. It really smells bad. All right, come on. Come on. Oh, it's so close. I really want to see this piston, guys. This is crazy. It stinks so bad. Maybe I gotta turn the wheel this way. Let's find out. Actually, I think that does give me a little more clearance. Yep, there it is. And the gasket. Okay, so there's the head. Let's take the jug off right now too. Screw it. All right, here we go. And the jug is off. We can probably take a better look at the piston, which surface here doesn't look terrible. Let's see here, let me get you guys a good angle. And oops, put the light back on here. And so I don't see any oh, wait a minute, what's over here on this side here? What do we got here? Something. Yeah, that looks like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Looks to be a tiny bit of detonation damage maybe right there. But yeah, that's probably where we're gonna leave it off today. I'll just finish getting some of this kind of clean. That's kind of boring stuff. You don't want to see that, but we're waiting on some parts. But let's take a look at the head and a jug, and I'll get right back with you guys. All right, guys, I got the head and the jug off, and I'm not thinking it's looking very positive for me here. So I didn't do the initial install on this. I'm not going to say who did, but I don't feel I was done right. So I don't think the piston rings were set correctly. The reason I say that is, let me see if I can position this to where you guys will be able to see, and I can do this. So I'm going to change the light here. If you can see, look at those weird patterns. Do you see that? We'll flip it over here. It goes all the way around. I can't feel anything even when I run my nail over it. However, you can see right there some definite scoring. Although I can't feel it with my nail. There is one spot though that I can. And where is it? We'll find it here. Thought there was a spot. It's super smooth still though. If anyone can give me some insight on this. Oh, there it is right there. I can feel there's a set of scoring right there that I can feel, like one little guy just kind of catches my nail just a little bit, but not good. Not good at all. So I'm gonna get with the owner of DHM, David. He's been super helpful. See what he thinks. Worst case scenario, I'll buy a new jug, get a new piston. Great thing about Groms is they're not crazy expensive, but that's where we're going to leave it at today. Like I said, if anybody's got any kind of input, even if it's say, hey, you're a dumbass, you need to do it this way, it's fine, man. I'm still learning, gonna figure this stuff out, but from what I see, that's not looking good. The piston, like I said, grab the light here. It looks good with the exception of a small little bit of pitting, like tiny, like sand grain sized pitting right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm trying to give you guys the best view possible, but it's not easy. But yeah, that's where we stand right now. So next video in the series, I'll probably have some answers on what direction we're going to go, whether we're just going to hone that jug out, if what I was looking at was a nothing burger or I'm ordering a new one, and then we'll start knocking stuff out. So anyway, thanks so much. We'll see you guys again in a week or so with another video. Peace.